There are moments in life when you feel a quiet pull, a sense that you were set apart for something greater, not because of status or title, but because of a fire within that refuses to be extinguished. This is the sign of the chosen one, not a crown of superiority, but a weight of responsibility. The ancients understood this truth well. In Shaolin tradition, the chosen one is not the loudest, not the strongest in muscle, but the one who walks with discipline when no one is watching. It is the disciple who trains the mind to be still, the heart to be steady, and the spirit to rise above impulse. This path is not glamorous, but it is powerful, because it shapes a person into a vessel for something far beyond themselves. In this video you will learn why those marked by this inner fire often experience great turning points in silence. Why divine timing places gifts not in the hands of the distracted but in the hands of the awake. You will hear lessons rarely spoken outside temple walls. The link between discipline and divine reward. The secret role of Sundays in renewal, and the hidden reason why blessings can feel as heavy as they are beautiful. Stay with me until the end, because each point will open a deeper layer of this mystery, and by the close you will understand why ignoring these truths could mean missing the very thing you were meant to receive. I welcome you to our channel Shaolin Soulfire. If this path speaks to you, join us by subscribing and walk with clarity, discipline and purpose. The journey begins here. There is a rhythm to the days, just as there is a rhythm to the breath. And within that rhythm, Sunday has always carried a deeper meaning, not merely another day on the calendar, but a sacred pause, a bridge between the closing of one cycle and the opening of another. Across cultures, Sunday has been honored as the day of the sun, the great light that gives life clarity and direction. To rise with the sun on this day is to rise with renewal itself. For centuries, monks, sages, and seekers have treated it not as a day of idleness, but as a moment of alignment, where the spirit is washed clean of the week's burdens, and the heart can return to balance. In Shaolin practice, renewal is not something that happens once in a lifetime, but again and again. Every cycle of training ends with rest. Every deep breath ends with stillness before the next begins. Sunday reflects this same principle. It is the breath between weeks, a reminder that without pause, energy cannot flow, and without renewal, growth cannot last. For those we call the chosen ones, this rhythm is even more significant. It is often on such days of stillness that the hidden gifts arrive, not through force but through presence. When the world slows, the whispers of opportunity can finally be heard. Divine timing reveals itself when the heart is uncluttered and the mind is steady. So when Sunday comes, do not treat it as ordinary. Treat it as light returning, as a mirror showing you where you have wandered and where you must walk next. For in that quiet alignment, something larger than yourself prepares to move through you. There is a reason why the greatest masters valued silence above words. In silence, the mind no longer runs ahead, chasing what is not yet here. In silence, the heart steadies, and the spirit becomes ready to receive. This is the discipline of the Shaolin way, stillness before action. Before any great transformation, there is always a pause. A seed must rest in the dark before it breaks open. A warrior must steady his breath before he moves into combat. And the chosen one too must enter this sacred stillness before the gift is revealed. Without silence, the blessing cannot be recognized, because noise blinds the senses and scatters the mind. The world teaches us to rush, to grasp, to fill every moment with sound and distraction. But the ancient path teaches the opposite. It is in the quiet spaces that truth unfolds. The gift of God, the moment of breakthrough, is rarely announced with thunder. It comes softly, like a breeze that brushes the skin, like a thought that feels different from the rest. Only the silent and attentive spirit can notice. To practice this silence is not to run away from life, but to be fully awake within it. It is to master the impulse to always react, and instead rest in awareness. It is to listen, not only with the ears but with the whole being. This is inner mastery. This is readiness. When stillness becomes your companion, you no longer chase blessings, you magnetize them. And when the gift arrives, you will not be surprised, for you will already have sensed it approaching in the quiet of your soul. Discipline is often mistaken as a burden, when in truth it is the very ground on which freedom stands. Without it, the mind drifts endlessly, the body weakens, and the spirit becomes restless. With it, a person finds strength that cannot be taken away. In the Shaolin tradition, discipline is never about great displays of effort. It is about the small acts repeated daily, rising before the sun, practicing breath until it becomes steady, moving the body until strength flows naturally. Each simple act is a seed planted, unseen by others, but silently growing into unshakable power. The chosen ones are tested not in moments of ease, but in how they hold to these small commitments when no one is watching. Divine gifts are not placed into unprepared hands. Just as a farmer would not sow seeds on barren soil, the universe does not entrust great blessings to a spirit that has not been trained to carry them. Sunday, in this rhythm, becomes a mirror. It reflects not what you wish for, but what you have prepared for. If the week has been filled with distraction and neglect, the day will feel empty, without renewal. But if the days before were marked with steady attention, discipline and purpose, Sunday will carry a quiet radiance, a sense of alignment that feels like a blessing unfolding. The weight of discipline is the weight of readiness. To carry it daily is to prove that you can also carry the larger gifts when they arrive. And when they do, they will not crush you, for your spirit will already be strong enough to hold them with balance, grace and clarity. Strength of the body can be seen. Strength of the heart cannot. Yet it is this unseen strength that decides whether a person rises or falls when life places weight upon them. The Shaolin path has always taught that true mastery requires both muscles that can endure strain and a heart that can remain calm when storms arrive. Blessings are not always light. Sometimes they are heavy. A new responsibility, a sudden opportunity, even a moment of great joy. Each carries its own weight. The question is not whether the gift will come, but whether you are steady enough to hold it without breaking. Emotional resilience is the shield of the chosen ones. It is not about suppressing feelings or pretending to be untouched by pain. It is about allowing every emotion to pass through without losing balance. Anger may rise, grief may come, joy may swell, but none of these carry you away. Like a tree that bends with the wind but does not fall, the resilient spirit remains rooted. This is why the ancients placed such emphasis on stillness, meditation and breath. Each practice was not only for the body but for the inner world. A calm breath in moments of difficulty is proof of inner mastery. A quiet mind in the face of both praise and criticism is a sign of true strength. The greater the blessing, the greater the test of balance. Those who collapse under emotion cannot yet carry more, but those who remain steady, who hold peace in joy and in challenge, show themselves ready. To such souls more is always given, for they have become vessels strong enough to hold what others cannot. Life rarely shouts its lessons. More often it whispers. A quiet nudge, a chance meeting, a repeated number, a dream that lingers. These are the threads woven into the fabric of synchronicity. To most they seem like accidents. To the attentive they are signs pointing toward a larger unfolding. In the Shaolin way, mindfulness is the key to perceiving what others overlook. A monk in training learns not only to notice the strength of his body, but also the rhythm of his thoughts, the subtle shifts in energy around him, the way one moment connects to the next. This same attentiveness opens the eyes of the chosen ones to the guidance already present in their lives. A blessing rarely arrives without preparation. It is preceded by small signals, like the faint glow before sunrise. But if the mind is scattered, drowned in noise and distraction, these signals pass unseen. The gift may come, yet the person is blind to it, unable to receive what was already theirs. To walk with awareness is to live as though each step matters, each encounter carries meaning. This does not mean forcing meaning onto everything, but remaining open, listening with both heart and spirit. When the world whispers, you pause. When a pattern repeats, you pay attention, and slowly you begin to see that nothing is random, every detail has its place in the design. Ignoring such signs is like turning away from a path that was lit for you, but to notice them, to honor them, is to align yourself with the flow of life. In this alignment, blessings unfold not as surprises, but as the natural result of being fully awake to the guidance that has been with you all along. Presence is the anchor of the awakened life. Without it, the mind drifts into regrets of yesterday or anxieties of tomorrow. But when presence is cultivated, each moment becomes complete, carrying a depth that cannot be found anywhere else. The ancient masters always taught that true strength is not measured by how far you can reach, but by how deeply you can stand in the now. Many wait for miracles as if they must come with thunder and light. Yet the most profound blessings often arrive quietly, already woven into ordinary hours. Sunday in this sense is not about waiting for something outside yourself to appear. It is about opening your awareness enough to see what is already unfolding within and around you. Renewal is not a gift of the future, it is a gift hidden in this very breath. If you are present enough to notice, for the chosen one's presence is not a casual practice, but a way of being. It means eating with full awareness, walking without haste, listening without the need to reply. It is the discipline of giving your whole attention to what is here, rather than scattering your energy across countless distractions. In this state, divine timing becomes clear. You no longer wonder when opportunities will arrive, for you see the doors as they open. You no longer search frantically for signs, for they reveal themselves naturally in your attentive gaze. Presence removes the fog, and what seemed hidden becomes obvious. The gift is not in waiting for the perfect moment. It is in realizing that the perfect moment is already here, alive in this breath, this step, this stillness. To stand in presence is to stand in power. Ego is a subtle weight. It whispers that every blessing is proof of superiority, that every gift is a crown to be worn high. Yet the ancients warned that pride is the quickest path to emptiness, for a vessel already full cannot be filled again. True gifts are never meant to magnify the self, they are meant to expand what you can give to others. In Shaolin wisdom the lesson is simple, the empty cup receives the most water. A monk enters training not to boast of strength, but to strip away illusions, to remain humble before every lesson. When the cup of ego is emptied, there is space for wisdom, guidance and blessing to pour in. When the cup is full of pride, nothing new can enter. The chosen ones are tested most in this. Gifts will arrive, opportunities will open, but they are given as tools, not trophies. They are meant to be carried with humility, used in service of something greater than self. The one who believes they are the source of their own light quickly stumbles. The one who recognizes that light flows through them becomes a channel that never runs dry. Detachment from ego does not mean rejecting the self. It means not clinging to identity, titles or comparison. It is walking the world with quiet strength, knowing that the blessing you hold today is not yours to hoard, but yours to share. When the ego is set aside, more is always given, not because of status, but because humility makes you spacious, able to carry what others cannot. And in that spaciousness, the divine finds room to flow, offering greater gifts to those who know how to hold them with grace. Every force in life has its counterbalance. Light cannot exist without shadow, movement without stillness, strength without gentleness. The Shaolin masters understood this deeply. True mastery is never one-sided, it is the harmony of opposites, the careful balance of yin and yang. Blessings too arrive with this duality. To receive is to accept responsibility. Power without compassion becomes destructive. Opportunity without patience becomes chaos. The chosen ones are not measured by how much they gain, but by how gracefully they maintain balance while carrying it. In the Shaolin tradition, a monk learns to cultivate both strength and softness. Hands that can strike with precision also know how to hold, heal and nurture. The mind that plans decisive action also knows when to pause. The heart that burns with purpose also carries patience and empathy. This is the essence of balance, an understanding that every gift has its shadow, every privilege its weight. When divine blessings arrive, they test this equilibrium. The chosen ones may be given more than they expected, wealth, wisdom or influence, and with it comes the subtle question, can you act without pride, speak without harm, lead without selfishness? Those who maintain harmony demonstrate mastery not only of self, but of life's intricate design. Those who falter reveal that strength alone is not enough. To walk in balance is to move with awareness, to sense the interplay of forces both within and around you. It is to know that every action ripples outward, that every pause holds meaning. In this understanding, the chosen ones learn that their greatest lesson is not in what they receive, but in how they carry it, steady, aligned and complete in the quiet equilibrium of yin and yang. Often what arrives as a gift is not wrapped in gold or announced with fanfare. The greatest blessings are quiet, subtle, and easy to overlook. Wisdom that shifts perspective, opportunities that guide the path, clarity that illuminates confusion. These are treasures far more lasting than anything material. The Shaolin path has always placed value on what cannot be carried in the hands. Strength, discipline and insight, the cultivation of the inner world are the true measures of wealth. A monk may leave the monastery with little in possessions, yet within him resides a power that cannot be taken away. This is the kind of treasure that God places in the hands of those prepared to receive it, often disguised as ordinary moments, simple choices, or unexpected lessons. For the chosen ones this is both a gift and a test. To notice the subtle shift in a thought, the quiet nudge toward a new opportunity, or the inner clarity that emerges after struggle, this requires attention, presence and patience. Those who chase only what is loud or obvious may pass by the very thing that will shape their life. The big is often hidden in the simple. A single insight can redirect a path. A small act of discipline can ripple into years of growth. A quiet decision to remain patient can open doors that impatience would slam shut. Ignoring these subtleties is the reason many fail to recognize the magnitude of what has been offered. True mastery lies in seeing beyond appearances, valuing what nourishes the soul, and carrying insight as carefully as one would carry gold. The chosen ones learn that the blessings meant to transform their lives are already present, if only they have the awareness to recognize them. It is in these quiet, overlooked moments that the greatest gifts unfold. Every blessing carries a lesson, and every moment holds a chance to awaken. The chosen ones are shaped not by luck, but by steady discipline, clear awareness, and quiet strength of heart. Sunday reminds us that renewal is possible, that presence opens doors, and that alignment with life's rhythm allows us to receive what is meant for us. Carry this wisdom into each day. Notice the subtle signs around you, cultivate patience, embrace humility, and strengthen your mind and heart. These small practices prepare you to meet life fully, to recognize the gifts quietly waiting, and to embody them with grace. Let your days be guided by presence, reflection, and steady purpose. In this way, the blessings you seek will no longer feel distant, they will become part of the way you live, move, and breathe. If this message resonates, join our journey at Shaolin Soulfire. Like this video, subscribe to the channel, and walk with us toward clarity, strength, and inner peace.